Hello.
Wow, that is so creepy looking. Just staring into that. Can you imagine working on this?
It's so strange to think this is just 5 miles, just this.
Disclaimer here at this part is important. Do not do this.
Listen for a second, everyone stop moving. If you hear any screaming.
Welcome to Florida. Oh yeah, I see it. It's massive. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here at the eastern entrance of the Hoosac Tunnel. This is still a very active railway. 8 to 12 freight trains are coming through here each day. In this video, we'll be diving into the history of the Hoosac Tunnel, talking about its construction, the tragedy that befell it during that construction, and the supposed hauntings that are here as a result. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Berkshire Spotlight. Let's talk about the Hoosac Tunnel. For starters, the Hoosac Tunnel is a 4 3/4 mile long rail passageway between North Adams and Florida, Mass. Upon its completion in 1875, the Hoosac Tunnel held the crown as the second longest tunnel in the world. You heard that right. The second longest tunnel in all of the world was in Florida, Massachusetts. Now, you may be thinking, why a tunnel here, of all places? Well, the Hoosac Tunnel really has nothing to do with North Adams, Florida, or the greater Berkshire County area. The Hoosac Tunnel was conceived by a factory owner named Alva Crocker from Fitchburg, Massachusetts, and basically the goal of it was to connect the important happenings to the east of Berkshire County with the important happenings to the west of Berkshire County. It is cut directly through the mountains of the Hoosac Range, a process undertaken from 1851 to 1877, a total of 24 years. Initially, the budget for the project was set at $2 million, but by its completion, they had gone roughly, let me check my papers here, roughly 950% over budget for a grand total of $21 million. So what exactly does that mean? Well, it means that a lot went wrong. Within 5 years, they were drastically behind schedule, over budget, and everyone hated the tunnel. And now is probably a good time to mention that 196 people died building the Hoosac Tunnel. I'll say that again. 196 workers died from either explosions or cave-ins or other work-related deaths. 196, that's 8 people a year. Imagine if at your job, 8 of your coworkers died while at work every single year. That was the reality for these people. We're going to talk more about this shortly, but for now, let's zoom out a bit. The project was a complete mess. It was underfunded, changing ownership and financial backing numerous times throughout its construction. It saw a myriad of new faces coming as engineers and project leads, each of them bringing a new and improved technology that would assist in the project. A particularly funny example of new technology in action can be observed in 1853, right at the start of the boring on the Florida side of the tunnel. It was called Wilson's patented stone cutting machine, and it was the absolute state-of-the-art tunnel boring device. 70 tons, steam-powered, and with a flat circular cutting head custom designed to drill a 24-foot wide hole, this invention had the potential to cut the total project time to a fraction of what it would be otherwise. Workers gathered and watched in absolute awe as they fired it up. It was a true sight to behold, American engineering in action, and for 10 feet, it was glorious. At the 11th foot, Wilson's patented stone cutting machine failed critically and could not be used for the remainder of the project. Not only that, but it was so massive of a machine that it remained unmoved for years. Engineers, rather than going through the trouble of getting it out of the way, just restarted construction of the tunnel by hand in an entirely different location. In those 24 years that it took to complete, the Hoosac Tunnel was the subject of much public scorn. And I guess that's not a surprise considering that it was killing 8 people every year. Critics of the project referred to it jokingly as the Great Bore, a bit of a double entendre referring to the project's technical classification as a bore, a digging away of material to create a tunnel, and its more conversational classification as a bore, something that is bland and never ending. But I'd like to shift our focus to another nickname that the Hoosac Tunnel holds, a nickname given to it not by witty politicians and social elites, but by the honest, hardworking, blue-collar men that spent their days inside this tunnel. These men, stoic and hardened like most of their time period, would eventually flat out refuse to enter the tunnel after dark, especially not alone. They would hear things, they would see things, and they would experience things that you simply will not believe. How did these men refer to this tunnel? They called it the Bloody Pit.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here at the Hoosac Tunnel, but it's nighttime. We're gonna go into this tunnel. We're gonna see if we can see anything. We're gonna see if we can hear anything.